Why should it be Dubois or Usyk? Why don't they step up and let him fight? But listen, I don't pay the money. It's not my, it's what if they want that. But I don't like that. I think it's wrong. I think Joe should be given his. He'll get a fight. He'll get a fight.
Spencer Brown couldn't hide his frustration. He knows exactly what's happening, and he's not happy about it. Instead of giving Parker the fight he deserves, some people in boxing are pushing their own interests, keeping real competition away. Why aren't the big names stepping up? Why is Parker being ignored after proving himself in such a tough fight? Brown isn't the one making money decisions, but he made it clear. This is just politics, and it stinks. Parker has earned the right to face the biggest names. If the usual behind-the-scenes deals are happening again, Brown is still sure Parker's big fight is coming. It has to. But the real question is, will the sport do the right thing? Or will corrupt decision-makers once again steal a deservings? Fighter's moment?
Joseph Parker in the immediate aftermath called out Oleksandr Usyk, and for me personally, if ever there was a guy who deserves a world title shot, if ever there was a guy who deserved a crack at Oleksandr Usyk, even though Daniel Dubois is a champion, for me, it's got to be Joseph Parker at the end of the day.
Joseph Parker has done more than enough to earn a shot at the world title. Right after securing a dominant win, he made it clear. He's ready for the toughest challenge, setting his sights on Oleksandr Usyk. And realistically, who deserves it more? He just destroyed Martin Bakol, a fighter most heavyweights wouldn't even dare face, and he did it in brutal fashion. Meanwhile, boxing politics keep pushing other names forward, ignoring the fact that Parker has consistently fought and beaten top opponents. Daniel Dubois may hold a belt, but when it comes to proving yourself at the highest level, Parker is miles ahead. The real question now is, will boxing reward the rightful contender? Or will backroom deals once again rob him of what he's earned? If fairness still exists in this sport, Parker should be next in line. No debate. But is this fight actually winnable for Parker? Or is this a clash of styles that will leave him outclassed?
Lily says Usyk. He also says Dubois. I know you're in the conversation of Dubois, Usyk. What do you do with your
There's
partner?
lots of things there to be done, and we will do them. I mean, there's no doubt about that. There's lots of. Sorry, I can't hear it. There's lots of things that we can look at, lots of permutations, and we'll get there at the end of the day with a really good fight for Joe. I mean, he's on the Queensbury team, and we'll make sure we deliver for him.
Frank Warren quickly responded to the buzz around Oleksandr Usyk, making it clear he's fully committed to making the biggest fights happen. He didn't hold back, saying there are plenty of options for Usyk, and no matter what, a massive fight is coming. There's a lot to figure out, but Warren knows exactly what needs to be done to make it happen. He made it clear that with the right plans, Usyk will get what he deserves: a top-tier showdown. Standing strong with Queensbury Promotions, Warren is focused on delivering for his fighters, and Usyk's next big fight is a top priority. It's all about timing, strategy, and making that dream fight a reality. One thing is certain, the best is yet to come, and Warren is determined to make it happen.
Derek Chisora just call you out. Something happened with Chisora.
Derek's going to bring us some Five Guys.
Okay.
We deserve a few burgers. Yeah.
What do you want to do next? Who do you want?
We will fight anyone. I will fight anyone.
We want the title. He deserves it. He's earned it here.
I'd love to get the
Look,
title
he
next.
said no to no one.
Yeah.
He took the biggest challenges out there. Now, the only thing left for him to do is fight for the titles. Everything else is a step down, so give him his chance.
Joseph Parker has made one thing clear. He's not here to take a back seat. After a tough battle, he's ready to jump right back in, taking only a short break before chasing the biggest fights in the division. He's set his sights on the champions, and he's not backing down. Parker has fought the toughest opponents, taken on every challenge head-on, and now there's only one thing left: a shot at the world title. He's calling out the biggest names, making it clear he's ready for war. He refuses to be overlooked because he knows he's earned this moment. The question now is, will the champions give him the fight he deserves, or will they keep avoiding him? Parker isn't here for side fights. He's here to build a legacy. It's time for the division to recognize what's coming. Could this be the fight that changes everything for Parker? Is he the true champion or just a stepping stone? Drop a comment below and let us know what you think.
One question.
One?
It's one.
Okay.
You want to fight Daniel Dubois next?
Yes, I wanna.
Will that happen?
What?
Will it happen next?
Good, one question.
What did you make of Parker Bakari?
Oleksandr Usyk kept it short, but left no doubt. He's ready. When asked about a potential fight with Joseph Parker, he didn't hesitate, making it clear he's willing to step into the ring. No long explanation, no dodging the question, just pure confidence. The heavyweight division is on fire, and with Parker making a huge statement, Usyk now has another serious contender knocking on his door. The real question is, will this fight happen next, or will Parker have to wait in line? With so many moving pieces in the heavyweight division, one thing is certain. If this fight happens, it's going to be an all-out war.
I told you what I felt about him, and I felt that, Martin, who very bravely took the fight at short notice, obviously got well paid, but it was Joe's night, and Joe took the fight and that opportunity in style and delivered in a big way.
Frank Warren didn't hold back in acknowledging Joseph Parker's dominant performance. He also recognized Martin Bacol's bravery for stepping in on short notice. But there was no doubt, this was Parker's night. Parker didn't just win. He made a statement. He seized the opportunity in style, proving once again why he belongs among the elite. The way he handled business in the ring left no questions unanswered. Warren saw firsthand how Parker took control and delivered when it mattered most. With a performance like this, Parker has thrown his name right into the world title conversation. Now, the boxing world waits to see what's next for him.
He was supposed to get it tonight, and he will get it, 100%. And I'm rooting for him to become two-time champion of the world. It's not an easy feat. It's one thing, like he was there. He was on the door of it today. In terms of with the Dubois fight, but it shows you how tough it is. It ain't just like how good are you. It's the stars have got to align. Just to get that champion in the ring takes a bit of like luck as well. So I'm sure his time will come.
Anthony Joshua's words show his strong support for Joseph Parker. He's confident that Parker will become a two-time world champion, despite the tough challenges ahead. Joshua knows how hard it is to reach that level. It's not just about skill. It's about everything falling into place. He understands that many factors come into play, from the right timing to the right opportunities. Parker came close to that goal in his fight with Dubois, but Joshua believes his time will come. The road to becoming champion isn't easy, but Joshua has no doubt Parker will get there.
Joseph Parker now, we don't know if he's going to have that fight with Daniel Dubois. If Dubois goes into an Usyk rematch next, what do you want to see?
I want to see that fight. I think it's going to be a great fight.
Parker Dubois?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great fight.
Who you got?
Who do I got? The best man. But right now, Daniel Dubois is the top man right now. This is the man that's holding the belt. So Parker has to come good. And Parker has the ability to win as well.
Lennox Lewis is closely watching Joseph Parker's journey after his latest victory. The uncertainty over whether Parker will fight Daniel Dubois next, or if Dubois will go straight into a rematch with Oleksandr Usyk, has everyone on edge. However, Lewis is excited about a potential Parker versus Dubois fight, believing it could be an explosive matchup for the heavyweight division. When asked who he thinks would win, Lewis doesn't hesitate to acknowledge that for now, Dubois holds the belt. But he's also quick to point out that Parker is not to be underestimated. Lewis sees huge potential in Parker, noting that the Kiwi fighter has the skills and ability to win. It's clear that Lewis believes in Parker but also recognizes the tough competition he's up against in the heavyweight division. Meanwhile, Derek Chisora didn't hold back, slamming the entire situation. He questioned how anyone could expect a fighter to perform after a grueling 24-hour flight, while Joseph Parker had been in camp for months, training and perfecting his game. The difference in preparation was obvious. Chisora called it a complete mismatch, throwing someone into the ring after exhaustion, lack of sleep, and limited medical checks. He didn't mince words. This isn't just unfair, it's illegal. For Chisora, it's not just about fighting, it's about fair preparation. When one fighter has been training for months and the other barely has time to recover, something is seriously wrong with the situation.
But I think he would give Oleksandr Usyk plenty to think about and plenty he could deal with. He seems to be hitting a bit harder these days as well. So Joe Parker versus Usyk, it would be an interesting fight. I've never seen it. So I really could think, okay, anything could happen. Heavyweight boxing, Parker is a very, very good heavyweight.
Joseph Parker could make Oleksandr Usyk completely rethink his game plan. Parker's power has been steadily rising, and with every fight, it's becoming more obvious. Lately, he's been hitting harder than ever, and that could give Usyk a lot to think about. A matchup between these two heavyweights would be a must-watch. Parker's raw strength against Usyk's technical brilliance. Parker has always been a solid heavyweight, but with his newfound power and confidence, he's a completely different fighter. This fight has all the makings of a classic, one that could shake up the entire heavyweight division. If Parker brings his best, he might just pull off the upset everyone's been waiting for.
Well, it's kind of what we expected. Of course, there was always the what-if factor, but you brought someone, 20 hours on a plane from Africa, didn't land until 3 a.m. today and barely got any sleep. Of course, there's a chance that that's going to happen.
Lawrence Okolie didn't shy away from acknowledging the expected outcome of the fight, but he also didn't ignore the serious challenges his opponent faced. He pointed out the brutal travel schedule. The opponent spent 20 hours on a plane from Africa, arriving in the early hours with barely any rest. That clearly put him at a huge disadvantage. Okolie made it clear that these conditions likely played a big role in how the fight unfolded. Still, he didn't dismiss the result completely. He understands that boxing is unpredictable, and proper timing and preparation are everything. Boxing is a game of small margins, and in this case, the odds were stacked against the opponent. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis and updates.